Hi Aries, welcome to your October 2023 general energy reading. My name is Kimberly from the Path Illuminated. If you are returning, thank you so much for your support. If you are new here, welcome. Please don't forget to subscribe and like if the messages resonate. I hope, Aries, that y'all are doing well. I can't believe we're about to be in October. As I am recording this, it is September 28th, and we are well into Libra season. Thankfully, we are done with Mercury retrograde, although we do still have quite a few planets in retrograde currently, and we actually have a super full moon in Aries tomorrow, the 29th, so you're probably feeling that really intense energy. Everybody has been popping off and agitated and irritated, and the energies have just been crazy. So normally I would have recorded this earlier in the month, but I've just been, prioritizing my mental health and my well-being. And it's really important to me as an energy reader that my energy is right before I do a reading. So hence why this one's a bit later than usual. In any event, as I mentioned, Aries, this will be a general energy reading for the Aries Collective for the month of October 2023. The messages may resonate, they may not. Take what resonates for you and leave the rest. And also remember that energy is constantly changing and it's impacted by our choices and our free will. And something I like to always remind my clients is that you do have free will, which means if something comes out in the reading that you're not super happy about, understand that you can change your perspective, you can change how you deal with the situation, you can change how you deal with people, and remember that you need to trust your own guidance above anyone else because it's your life and you know better than anybody else what is best for you. I am taking personal readings at this time, so I will be sure to link my website below so that you can check out the offerings if you so choose. And just as a reminder, I will never reach out to you directly to solicit a reading from you or to ask you for money. Obviously, there are a lot of scammers out in these streets. So just know that I would never reach out to somebody to solicit a reading, but if you would like one, you can check out my website and I will get back to you with regard to any questions that you have. All right, so without further ado, Aries, let's get started. I have a bit of a new setup. Thank you to Jessica from High Priestess Healing Tarot. I was having a bit of an issue with the tripod situation and she recommended hers, and this is my first time using it, so I'm kind of excited. All right, thank you, angel spirits and guides. Please help me in pulling messages for the Aries Collective for the month of October. What messages do Aries need to be aware of at this time, Spirit? What insights, what advice, what feedback, what observations do you have for Aries for October? Thank you, angel spirits and guides. So I will start off by pulling 5 cards for the overall energy. Then I will pull clarifiers and we will close it off with a couple of oracle cards. Thank you, angel spirits and guides. What messages do you have for Aries? One more card, please, Spirit. Okay. It's just like, all right, see? New setup, and I'm still like, I want to make sure y'all can see the cards. Clearly you can't. I need to move this. I have like my little, crystals and whatnot to help me, not just with the energy, but to make sure that the cards are well within view. All right, let's pull some clarifiers here. Love to see the Magician as the first card out, Aries. The Magician is all about manifestation. It's all about having everything that you need in order to build the life that you want. So that's great energy to start this reading out with. Spirit, why is the Magician here for Aries? Interesting. All right. Why is the Hermit in reverse? Ooh, too many cards. Why is the Hermit in reverse for Aries here for October? Thank you, angel spirits and guides. Why is the Hermit here, Spirit? Why is the Hermit here? Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Oh. Why is the Three of Pentacles in reverse? Ooh, again, it keeps spitting out a ton of cards. Just one or two cards, Spirit. Why is the Three of Pentacles here for Aries, Spirit? Okay. Why is the Sun here, Spirit? Why is the Sun here, Spirit? And why is the King of Wands here, Spirit? I may pull a few other cards once we get into the reading, but let's start with what's here. Okay, so Aries, October, you are the Magician. You are the manifester, okay? Like, you have everything that you need to manifest the life, the abundance, the love that you want in your life. And there are people in your life that see you for how magical you are, and they want to celebrate you. So this is fabulous. So I think October is going to be full of a lot of celebrations, parties. Obviously, we have Halloween coming up. So it looks like you're really going to be feeling very magical and surrounded by people who love you. Now, the Hermit in reverse is interesting. And what I'm getting is that you may be struggling with being alone. It may be really difficult for you, right, to find that balance. And you also may be avoiding some spiritual work that the universe is calling you to. It looks like you are having some sort of a blockage with regard to moving forward. So Hermit is Virgo energy. The Chariot is Cancer energy. They're both in reverse. And like I said, we do have quite a few planets still in retrograde. It's a lot of intense energy. And maybe you are struggling with distracting yourself, right? Because it's fine to go out and have fun with people, right? But if you are neglecting your spiritual hygiene, your self-care, it may be difficult for you to move forward with regard to what it is that you're wanting to manifest. And then we have the Six of Cups. Aries, for me, the Six of Cups is a card of inner child healing. So, right, you see this adult here offering this cup to this little child with, you know, some sort of concoction or drink or beverage, whatever it is, right? And so I think that even though, right, you are magical, and I think this Aries full moon is gonna like give you a lot of really intense magical manifesting abilities. What I'm seeing here, especially like I was, you know, okay, is Aries avoiding time alone? Are they avoiding meditating, doing inner work? Why are they feeling stuck, right? When we have the Magician. And so for me, this is indicating that you have some deep inner child wounding that you need to face and address. And if you do not address the inner child healing that you're called to, all of us are, as an aside, it will slow you down and block you from manifesting what you want in your life, Aries. So, Three of Pentacles in reverse. I think it's going to become really clear to you during the month of October, Aries, that the way that you have been operating in the past and your old patterns and ways of being are not working. I think that you will start to feel magical, and then all of a sudden you're going to like hit a wall and you're going to be a bit confused, and you're going to try to do the things you used to do, hang out with the people you used to hang out with, and it's not going to work. this is clarified by the Page of Swords in reverse. So it seems to me, again, Aries, like you have a closed, shut down throat chakra. You're having issues with communicating with people around you, maybe even with yourself, right? With the Six of Cups in reverse. Oftentimes, the inability to set boundaries, to have clear, honest, respectful communication with others, to tell people, you know, what you want, what you need, versus being in a toxic, passive aggressive, entitlement, manipulation, trying to get people to read your mind, to do things for you. That's not going to work anymore. And you're going to have to work on building confidence within yourself to learn how to have open, honest, direct communication with people in your life. But you're going to deal with some blockages during the month of October that hopefully will lead you to accepting that you need to do some inner work. Now, on the other side of this blockage is the Sun, and the Sun is the happiest card in the deck. So I do love to see this, right? And it's clarified by the Star. So you definitely have star potential, right, to really manifest the life that you want and to find happiness and peace. But it starts with you. It starts with healing. It starts with doing your spiritual work. It starts with being better about boundaries, about the people that are around you, and communicating effectively with those individuals. So King of Wands, clarified by the King of Swords in reverse, goes back to this for me. So King of Wands, this is fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, right? This is very strong masculine energy. This is the doer. This is like, I'm strong, I'm confident, I'm taking no prisoners, I know who I am, and I'm going after what I want. But there's a contradiction. King of Swords is in reverse. King of Swords is air energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. So again, your throat chakra is blocked. So you might have all this passion and desire and dreams and goals, but if you don't know how to effectively communicate in an open and honest, direct way, Aries, it will continue to frustrate you and to cause conflict within your connections and your life because you are not taking accountability for the blockages in your throat chakra. I'm going to pull a few extra cards just to see if I can get some additional insights for you, Aries, for October. I mean, this is not negative stuff. This is like very much telling you that you are this magical being and the Sun is in fact your destiny. But without committing to doing the deep inner spiritual work, without moving forward and taking accountability for the unresolved, unhealed trauma from your past, from your childhood, from the way that you've been conditioned, that's going to slow you down. It's going to frustrate you. It's going to put you in compromising situations with people who don't actually see or hear you, because how can anybody know you, Aries, if you're too afraid to be honest with them? Okay. Moon in reverse. I got a couple more cards here for Aries. So the Moon in reverse, I think that this has to do with the fact that like there's something you're not willing to see. It's like deep down you know it's there, but I think that you've adopted this attitude, Aries, of fake it till you make it, and that doesn't actually work in the long run. When you're not honest with yourself, when you're not taking responsibility for your own healing, when you haven't learned how to communicate properly, it'll put you in situations where you're confused, right? You're operating in survival mode. Your finances might be affected. Perhaps this has to do with work, Aries. Perhaps the job, the career, the project you're working on, right? Like now as I'm sitting with this a little bit more, this may have to do with the way that you're operating with within your career, right? And because you are not doing the inner child healing, you're still being led and directed by your traumas and your fears, which is putting you into compromising situations. And you're not being honest with yourself, so you're not being honest with other people. You think that by avoiding looking at the painful parts or doing the shadow work, and shadow work is when we go so deep within ourselves that we're willing to see the ugly parts of ourselves, jealousy, envy, manipulation. We all engage in those activities, right? But because we're ashamed of them, we just act like they're not there, and then they start to have a stronger hold on us. And eventually this will start to manifest itself, because no matter what, Aries, and I say this to everybody, you're manifesting every single moment of your life. So you might have all these magical abilities, but because you haven't come into alignment, because you're not in right connection with spirit and with yourself, because you're not communicating clearly and honestly, right? Your intuition is blocked, and you will start to manifest financial strain within your life because you are operating in lack. It's like inherently you're the magician, but because you have not done the deep work of going into solitude and doing and addressing the inner child healing, it's going to block you from getting to the sun. It's going to stop you from being the star. It's like this is the obstacle here, right? Your obstacles are going to start showing up. It's like, I think what happens is that this full moon in Aries comes and you're feeling very invigorated, and then you're kind of like, there's a wall, and it's up to you whether or not you're going to be honest enough with yourself about why that wall is there. And it has to do with what you're avoiding internally, because you think if you just don't acknowledge it, if you just sweep it under the rug, it's going to go away. But that's the thing with sweeping things under the rug. You do it so long and it starts to actually become a mound, and then eventually you trip over it. It's time to come into balance, Aries. It's time for you to understand that overgiving and overextending yourself, people pleasing, doing things to gain acceptance, to be liked, to be approved of, that's part of this inner child healing, right? Is that you believe that you need somebody else outside of you to confirm that you're the star, but it's really you. You're the one that needs to validate who you truly are, but you won't until you heal that inner child wounding, right? The traumas that we go through as a child, the neglect we experience from our parents and our caretakers, their old conditioning, right? Their traumas leach into our childhood upbringing, right? They may have said, children are meant to be seen and not heard. They may have put you down and laughed at you, right? And so to move yourself forward and gain confidence, you've been relying on the love, affection, and validation of others, but that only lasts so long because at the end of the day, it's an inner job, and you can't keep outsourcing the work that is yours to do. There is going to be a very painful ending, but the minor arcana only go up to 10. So it's like the end of mental conflict. Now, you may very much be resisting this ending. Justice in reverse, and this is a card of Libra. I think that you're afraid of standing up for yourself. I think you're afraid of speaking your truth. I think you're afraid of how people are going to look at you. Aries can come across as very confident, but they, like everyone, deal with their own insecurities, right? And when you put all of your power and all of your, how do I say this? It's the outsourcing. When you believe that you need somebody else outside of you to validate that you're special, eventually it's going to come and bite you in the rear. It's going to blow up in your face. Queen of Pentacles in reverse, Three of Swords in reverse. If you are overly focused on your money and your career, and you are allowing your fear of financial instability to be the way that you operate, right? So your fear of judgment of others, your fear of lack of money, and operating from a place of fear is what's going to stop you from manifesting what you deserve. But you do have an opportunity to come out of a time of feeling alone and heartbroken and betrayed. But here's the thing, Aries. From my own personal experience, the deepest form of betrayal is self-betrayal. And you can say that you're the magician, but if when somebody has something negative to say about you or some criticism about you, and it shuts you down and it starts to make you question yourself, guess what? You don't actually have confidence in yourself if you need somebody else to validate that. And that's what's going to continue to block you, because this way of operating, right? Needing other people to tell you you're so special, you're so this, you're so that, oh my God, you're amazing, da da da. And then when all that stops, you start to internalize, what's wrong with me? I'm not this, I'm not special, nobody loves me, nobody likes me. And here's the thing, whatever you believe, Aries, that's going to become true. But at the end of the day, you are being called to go within and to do inner child healing. It does seem to me like there's a lot of resistance to do this, because you just want to be able to harness that full moon energy and to have things happen without you being required to do what is required. And it's like, in order to manifest, we have to stop deceiving ourselves. The Seven of Swords for me is a card of self-deception. I don't believe in faking it till you make it. It doesn't actually work. It ends up suppressing your emotions. You're gaslighting yourself into like believing, oh, if I keep telling myself I love this job, I'll love it. No. If you actually are willing to face the truth and admit to yourself, oh crap, I took this job and it's been toxic and people have been bullying me, and like I took it out of fear because I was worried about having to pay the bills, and now in retrospect I regret it, right? You can't just keep telling yourself I love this job, it's going to be fine, if it's not. The way that you can find a plan forward when there's an issue is to first face the fact that there is an issue. So if something's not working and something is being blocked, you have to actually be honest with yourself first, Aries, if you're going to find a path forward. And you need to start being honest with yourself about the work that you're trying to avoid. You need to be honest about the fact that you are very, very controlled by the judgments of others, and that you are very preoccupied with people approving of you and liking you. That need, that lack mentality, that belief that like, if I don't perform, if I don't do what people expect me to do or what they want me to do, they're not going to like me. So I'm going to act in a way where they like me. That causes the conflict within yourself. That's the disconnect between you and your inner child. You need to get into alignment. And the more that you avoid this work, the more harm you are going to cause yourself, because everything that's happening is happening to help you realize that the work is within you. The call is coming from inside, as they say. One more card, Spirit, here for Aries. Queen of Pentacles. If you let go of the self-deception and you start to actually have confidence in who you say you believe you are, there's a disconnect between what you say and who you are internally, and you need to come into alignment. There are wonderful things ahead of you, but you need to bring these energies into balance, right? And you're not going to be able to open your throat chakra and bring your actions, your words, and your passions into alignment until you are no longer avoiding doing the work and going within, and until you're willing to face your childhood wounds that you have not been addressing. Spirit has great things for you, but until you believe that you deserve it, you're going to continue to sabotage yourself. All right, Aries, I think that that's pretty clear. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to pull a card from this affirmation deck that I just got. It's called From the Heart Affirmations by Anna Stark. Spirit, what additional advice do you have for Aries? I celebrate my differences. I am free from conformity. Stop trying to conform. When you try to fit in, you are stopping yourself from standing out, and you were always meant to stand out, Aries, and you know that. So your soul is going to continue to scream every time you do something that is out of alignment with who you were always meant to be. And I'm going to pull one more. I have this little deck called Chakra Love. Let's see what comes out from the Chakra Love deck. Spirit, can I get one card for, here we go. Expression. Express your true self. The world needs you. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Throat chakra! What did I say? Throat chakra! Yeah. All right, Aries, like October, you're going to feel this really intense magical energy. And I really hope that you use it, Aries, to let go of the past, to let go of the lack mentality, to let go of your insecurities, and to embrace your inner child and to start to rebuild that relationship with yourself so that you can truly embody this magician energy. I hope this message has resonated for you, Aries, and I will see you next time. Bye.